Marie Curie, a two-time Nobel Prize winner in chemistry and physics, once said, "I was taught that the way of progress was neither swift nor easy. Just like trying to get women encouraged and into the STEM field is neither swift nor easy." We are going to tell you the progress of this issue and break it down to be swift and easy. Now, I'm going to let one of my partners, JD, introduce our goal.
Our goal today is to inform you about an issue that is still prevalent in the Lafayette community. My name is JD, and I will be defining what STEM is and its importance in our world and our future. My partner Morgan, a student in the engineering program here at Purdue, will be discussing the issue in the detail of STEM and the history of where it came from, while my partner Kala, who is pursuing a career in science, will be talking about available groups and programs set in place to help with women in STEM. To start this presentation, what is STEM? STEM is an acronym for Science, Technology, Engineering, and Math. Now, why is this important? Well, Dory Roberts, an engineering teacher for over 11 years and founder and CEO of Engineering for Kids, says, "STEM is important because it pervades every part of our lives. Science is everywhere in the world around us. Technology is continuously expanding into every aspect of our lives. Engineering is the basic designs of roads and bridges, but also tackles the challenges of changing global weather and environmentally friendly changes to our home. Mathematics is in every occupation, every activity we do in our lives. By exposing students to explore STEM-related concepts, they will develop a passion for it and hopefully pursue a job in a STEM field." An example of STEM and its success includes the scientists who were able to put Purdue alumni and American hero Neil Armstrong on the moon. You may be thinking, what is this issue and what does that have to do with the Lafayette community? My partner Morgan will be discussing this.
There is a severe lack of females in STEM, and as recently released by the Verizon Initiative, which they partnered with Women Make America. It's a non-for-profit organization that works to educate young females and provide them opportunities that society has not. Now, I want to talk about why this lack of females exists, and the answer is simple: gender stereotypes. This statistic, which is on the screen, shows that gender stereotypes start young, and these stereotypes influence females to where only 14% of teenage girls want to become a scientist. This is an important statistic and is one of the main reasons why females don't enter STEM fields. Now, I want to talk about exactly what these gender roles and stereotypes are. I'm going to give you an example. Let's talk about gender reveal parties. Now, I'm sure all of you know what I'm talking about. Your family gets together and you have a celebration, and next thing you know, you're trying to figure out if it's a boy or a girl. And if it's a boy, usually blue is present, and it'll be a blue cake or something will explode and it'll be blue. And you expect that boy to go on to be funny and become a sports athlete and maybe even start his own company one day. Now, if it's a girl, you're automatically thinking about clothes and makeup and how she may one day have kids of her own. These are the gender stereotypes that are limiting women. Even this lack of females in STEM reflects this history of gender roles. And as you can see in the graph, this is listing of all the main types of careers that females go into. At the top highest percent is social scientists. This has to deal with nurses and people who work in the community and are basically the caretakers. This falls very closely in line with the gender stereotype that females are the caretakers. They want to provide and help the community. But as you can see, the very bottom lines, the dark blue, the light blue, and the orange represent engineering, physics scientists, mathematicians. These are the lowest number of females in all of the careers that most females go into. And this is because women aren't encouraged to try and apply themselves in these fields. Now, The next thing I would like to talk about today is another statistic from the Verizon initiative called Inspire Her Mind. This showed that 66% of fourth grade girls reported that they liked science and math, but by the time they were applying to college, only 18% were going into engineering or STEM fields. This is because they had been encouraged as they were maturing to focus on their looks and maybe even their future of having kids rather than advancing their mind. I will now talk about the glass ceiling. This is a concept that many sociologists talk about when they talk about women in careers. This is very common, and it's a type of barrier that women feel, which is invisible but still very prevalent. Now, the glass ceiling is very common when women have children. Say you're in a career and you're trying to advance yourself. Then you have a kid. When you come back, oftentimes women find themselves passed up for promotions and even limited the amount of work hours that they are putting in. This is because people think once you have kids, you should be at home, spending time with your kids and being the caretaker stereotype of females. We are trying to encourage people to realize that there's so much more to women than just being a mom or a caretaker. They can be scientists, and we are going to show you how. My partner JD will now talk about the impacts of this issue in Tippecanoe County.
A study shown on Purdue.edu named Facts and Figures says only 26% of females enter engineering and other STEM fields. Being a STEM-heavy school, this statistic is underwhelming and discouraging because the majority of women are not going into this field, and that is a great impact on this community. From a young age, girls and women are systematically pushed away from science and math throughout their education, which unfortunately end up limiting their training and options to go into these fields as adults. My partner Callie will now be covering the programs put in place to address this issue.
One of the programs put in place for this issue, and one of the programs that we want to try to put out more, is Girl Day. Girl Day is also known as Introduce a Girl to Engineering Day. This is a day and an opportunity for the people of the Lafayette community to be informed about females in STEM fields. This also gives kids, and it is open to freshmen and sophomores in high school, the opportunity to see hands-on stuff and not stuff, but information about STEM and give hands-on things like space and math and make it fun for females and to just encourage them into this field that is not widely known for females. And this just gives an opportunity for the Lafayette community to just be involved and to see what's really going on in STEM fields and to just increase the interest in engineering. Another program that is already in place is in West Lafayette. West Lafayette has a very, very good STEM program, but in that STEM program, it's mainly males. And so we want to just try to encourage the females to get more involved in this STEM program that is very well put in place with very well teachers and very qualified teachers. We just want to give them the opportunity to just be more encouraged in looking into these types of fields. Now I'm going to let Morgan tell you, well, just why we want to just give attention to these programs.
Our group did many research, and we found that these programs are essential to solving the issue of lack of females. For instance, referencing again the Verizon initiative, Inspire Her Mind, the research they discovered was that when females are shown what engineers do and other people in STEM do, 76% of the girls become interested in that career. Now, this is significant because it shows that not only is there a lack of knowledge being taught to these individuals, that they didn't know about these careers and or weren't interested about them in before, but that we need to try and get the information out there more. That's what these programs do. So my group and I have decided that the best way to fix the lack of females in STEM is to fund these programs. And I don't just mean with money, I mean with marketing. Okay, so the best way to fix this issue is to expand the programs already in place, such as Girl Day and this STEM program that is in this high school. Now, the reason we're trying to focus on marketing and have you funnel your money there rather than into the programs specifically themselves is because the programs, while they do need money, they need people to know about them. The more that people know about certain things, the more interested and more likely they are to get donations from the public, which will fund these events and these programs. And so we're thinking long-term growth and advantage. So to reference this, we're going to talk about the Black Lives Matter movement. This is a movement that is very prominent right now in the current times and issues of our country. But I don't know if you know this, Black Lives Matter movement actually was coined in 2013 after the killing of an innocent black high schooler. This is important because it shows that even though this was the movement that started however many years ago, it's just now becoming a widespread global movement because of the public advertising and marketing for support. That's what we're going to try and do with our programs. Now, we're not pushing for a global change, we're pushing for small changes to start with. But the best way to do that is to provide information. And through information and advertising, we will get more donations into the programs and be able to expand and add in extra Girl Days. So it's not just one day of the year, and create more STEM programs in high schools like the one that my partner Calla mentioned. So please partner with us to inspire the next generation of females in STEM.